Mike Phillips down here at Auto Geek Show Car Garage, and 3M sent me some 5,000 grit foam finishing discs to test out. So down here in the studio I've got a lot of different panels. They're all painted black base coat clear coat system, PPG paints, and this is what I usually use to test anything on. And to do this test I started out by sanding this entire panel down using the Meguiar's Unigrit 1500 grit sanding disc. Now this is not foam back, so this is purely for leveling surface texture and removing orange peel. And then I taped this off. Everywhere you see one of these thin green lines is where there's actually a tape line to mark off the different quarters. I broke this into 4 sections. So I sanded the entire panel with the 1500 sanding disc. Then I came back and sanded 3/4 of the panel with the 1500 foam back finishing disc or sanding disc. And then I sectioned off and buffed or sanded 1/2 this panel using the foam backed 3000 Unigrit disc. And then for this last quarter I used the new 3M 5000 foam back finishing disc. And this foam back gives a little bit of a cushion here, you can see that. And this reduces the cut, makes it less aggressive. And you can tell, because I haven't sanded this back area here at all, or buffed this back area, that there's virtually no reflection at the 1500 grit level. There's hardly any reflection at the 1500 with the foam back. When we get over here to the 3000, you're starting to see the reflection of the fluorescent tube lights in the background. Okay, see how they kind of disappear as we go back to the left. As you get over here to the 5000, this has not been sanded. Understand that. This has not been sanded. And look, you can see the reflection of the bottles on the wall, bottles on the shelf, the banner on the wall, the fluorescent tube lights, and that's not sanded. That's just being sanded with 5000 grit paper. Well, then just for fun I wanted to see how non-aggressive I could get and remove those sanding marks. And I only tried here at the 3000 and the 5000 area, because it'd be ridiculous to try to pull out 1500 grit sanding marks, you know, at least in a professional atmosphere. And to do this I went ahead and I started out just trying the ultimate polish. Now this is a very fine cut polish. I use it with the finishing pad on the 6th setting on the Meguiar's G110. I polished out this one section, and you can see I've removed sanding marks, but it only pulled out, I'd say, about 80 or 85% of the sanding marks. It looked pretty good. Some people might have said good enough and waxed it and went about their business, but I wanted to see what I could get out, so I went ahead and switched over to just a polishing pad, not even a cutting pad, just a polishing pad with the ultimate compound. Again, back to the G110, a DA polisher, on the 6th setting, and I repolished this one section. I pulled out 100% of all the sanding marks left by both the 5000 and the 3000, and then I repolished again just to amp up the gloss and clarity and, you know, remove any marring left by a heavy cutting compound, which there wasn't much. Then I chemically stripped it using about a 20% IPA solution, and you can see the results. It absolutely looks flawless. And all the sanding marks have been removed. So here's a far shot. You can see just the section I removed. There's a reflection of the banner on the wall. There it is where I sanded. Now I would never recommend going into a car project where you're going to sand down the entire car and then try to buff out 100% of the sanding marks using nothing but a DA polisher and foam pad technology, or even microfiber pad technology. Could it be done? Sure. But it already takes a long time to sand down an entire car and then remove 100% of your sanding marks. I mean, that takes a long time. So for right now, for my money, for my time, I would still go after all the sanding marks using a rotary buffer, a wool pad, and a traditional cutting compound. But after that, you know, once you remove the sanding marks, then you can kind of do what you want as far as finishing out. But anyway, I thought you guys liked to see that. It's a pretty cool new product. 5000 grit is really high. I mean, I meet guys in the body shop industry that think 2000 grit is high. You know, so 3000 is high and 4000 is high, but 5000, well, this is just over the top. And again, after machine sanding with 5000, you can already see the reflection difference between 5000 and 3000. And then again, I removed all the sanding marks just using a DA and foam pad technology. So there you go. I found it interesting. I thought everybody else would find it interesting. And of course I'll have some high resolution pictures up on the forum. And that's it.